Satnam, this is Sundekor. Today I would like to share with you some tips on how to make the most of this energy of this Supermoon 2019, the biggest Supermoon this year. We have it on the 19th February, happening at 15:53 Universal Time Frame, and it's in Virgo. So Virgo, it's about efficiency, precision, healing, time management, clearing out either your thought and your diet. And we have 4 main astrological aspects in this full moon that are determining the energy. So my proposal for this new moon is that you would take number 8, the wisdom behind that number, and the archetype of goddess Lakshmi to work with it. So I'm going to tackle now these 4 astrological aspects, and then I will elaborate a little bit on how to use Lakshmi for our purpose. So full moons are always when we have the moon and the sun in opposition. We said that the moon in the moment it's in Virgo, the sun it's in Piscis, and the sun is doing a sextile to Mars and Uranus, and the moon is doing a trine to Mars and Uranus. Mars is on the 3rd degree Taurus, and it is together in a conjunction with Uranus on the 29th degree Aries. Uranus has been for 8 years in Aries, and finally it's reaching the final degree, the 29th degree, which is a very powerful point, really, to finally see and finally dare to become and to show up who you've become since 2018, with all the work you've been doing in changing, in revolution in your identity. So finally, this aspect is really positive for you to daring to be, to daring to show up as who you've really become over those 8 years. The second aspect I would like to talk to you about is that the moon, the sun, and also Uranus are doing favorable aspects with Chiron in the 0 degrees Aries. Chiron has just entered Aries, and the same as the 29th degree, 0 degrees also, it's a very important degree, and we are starting to feel there the wound, the inner wound, the primal wound that we have from our childhood. Chiron is the wounded healer, where you are not able to heal yourself, but you have really a gift to help others in this particular aspect. So the invitation of Chiron in this moon is as usual as to feel this pain and not to go for the, oh, why me, why again, why poor me, and all that, but to understand that contacting this vulnerability of yours, you are meant to be the most authentic. You're not going to come out pretending and exaggerating, but you are going to come out and show yourself really authentically for who you truly are, and really growing out from your ashes. So it really has a worth, the worth of vulnerability. And so that is what the value of this aspect in this full moon. The third aspect in this full moon is a very dreamy one that has to do with Neptune in the 15th degree Pisces together with Venus in the 16th degree Pisces, and both of them squaring Jupiter in Sagittarius. We've talked before about this square between Neptune and Jupiter, because it's going to be happening 4 times in 2019, and it's going to mean the willingness to dream and to be spaced out, or to fool yourself or let yourself be fooled, or the temptation to overpromise. And together with Mercury, it's making it even bigger, because we are not going to be clear. I told you with the new moon on the 4th February that it was important to set the path for the month with the new moon, because with this new moon, with the full moon, we are not clear. We are even more confused, more fussy for Mercury being in Pisces, and with all this set of the conjunction with Neptune and the squaring to Jupiter. So it is not a moment to make decisions. It is not a moment for big understandings or epiphanies, but it's really a moment for contacting with your emotions. And there is where Goddess Lakshmi, the pranic body, is coming in. The money or the wealth of the universe is not really money, beauty, sex, power, as we have it in the material world. The wealth in the universe is prana. Prana is the power that makes you be alive. It's the power of the atom that keeps it together. Well, it is a complete elaboration on Kundalini Yoga, but the point in here is that prana is this living force that you have, that you get by breathing, by eating, and how you manage it is really what matters. So this pranic body is your ability, it's representing your ability to handle this wealth coming from the universe. That is what the icon of Goddess Lakshmi, this archetype, is representing. Goddess Lakshmi is the all-nurturing mother, and she's presenting you the way to illumination, and she's providing you with blessings either in the material and in the spiritual world, so that you can come and get to be illuminated. So here you have in my book all the work that is proposed to work with the archetype, to understand it properly, and all the proposals for mantras, meditations, rituals, and coaching tools for you to work it out. But the main point is really how to handle it in this new moon. And my point is, we are not going to be clear in our minds, but we're going to be emotional, definitely, because a full moon, all the more when it's the biggest supermoon of this year, is very emotional. The supermoon affects the tectonic plates, affects the tides, and affects the water in our bodies, and therefore the hormones and how we work as a whole. So definitely it's going to have a lot to do with emotions. So emotions are burning prana, and emotions can really burn your energy in a determined moment, and they burn it in a very explosive manner. This aspect of Mars together with Uranus can be bringing very much anger, but it is not only anger what you may be feeling these days, it's any kind of emotion. And I would like to quote, and I'm going to put in here a slide on the research they did on 2013 in the University of Aalto in Finland, where they draw the map of emotions working with 703 participants. And so there you see the picture, and I'm going to put it there. Of how these emotions are felt in your body. And so this full moon is really a very propitious moment for you to sit down and understand how your emotion is working. Because if you've planned and set your emotions for growth for this year, or for this moon in particular, with your brain, with your Mercury when it was clear, and you're very much in, yeah, let's go for it, taking the fourth aspect, which is a very important aspect in this year, which is the conjunction between Pluto and Saturn. And in this month, they are together with Venus in Capricorn. So all that energy, it's reality check. It's really much go for it, work consistently, do your work, set your intentions, work systematically. And so in my diary for manifestation on 2019, you have day by day very much this focus on, okay, what is your professional objective? What is your personal objective? What about your relationships? When are you going to achieve it? What are your goals? What did you learn? So very much focused in this Capricorn energy of go for it, set your goal, work, work, work. Don't miss your focus. But also there comes the other aspect, which is this emotional, the more subtle part of yours that one has to take into account. Otherwise, emotions would sabotage you. And so there is where meditation comes in and contacting with all your feelings and what is it, what is going within yourself, so that you can align both things. I'm searching for the meditation that I propose for this particular full moon. And so in the full moon of 19th February, I'm proposing you to create and meditate on your future, but really the purpose is to sit with your emotions. And so now that you have this information about, coming from Finland's university, on where in your body you can feel your emotions, in this full moon, sit with your emotions, sit and breathe. Breathing, it's Atmano, and in Kundalini we say that Pavanguru, with the air comes the answer. So when your emotion is setting a particular question to you, you may denying some aspect of yourself, but emotions are really a compass that comes and says to you, no, look in there, you are feeling this. So it's a clear calling for you to take responsibility on that particular aspect of your life, of what you're feeling. And so the emotion is really putting your attention there. You cannot deny it. Otherwise, it's going to be stopping you, hindering you from going or achieving your best efforts or the results of your best efforts. So really the point is, sit with your emotion, identify where in your body is this feeling, and understand, meditate, understand what this emotion is bringing to your consciousness. What is it telling to you that you need to take into account and include it into the big picture? Because if you don't include your emotions, if you deny them, like, I shouldn't be feeling this, or this is not proper, or this is not what I want to feel, then it's most likely that this emotion will sabotage you. So that's really the point in this full moon. Sit with your emotion, breathe it, understand the question, meditate on the question that this emotion is setting on your table, and integrate it into your bigger picture for this full moon. Sat Nam.